Hi, Sai. Thanks for helping my project. Could you say a little bit about yourself?
Hi, Nathan. Firstly, thank you very much for inviting me. My name is Charan Paloj. I'm from South India, a state called Telangana, and I did a master's in software engineering and bachelor's in computer science and engineering. I interview people for my YouTube channel and podcast from different parts of the world, knowing their professional work experiences, who are into different professions, different cultures, different backgrounds, and also I'm into like that is exploring human minds, and also I love exploring space projects that human is doing uh, from Russia or from US, from India. So I'm interested in that. So yeah.
Since you're in India and you're interested in space, you must know about the Chandrayaan mission to the moon to land a lander on the moon later this year that India is doing.
Yeah, from long time we as a human beings want human beings as a multi-planetary species, and we are driving towards it. And different countries space companies are trying to reach there, and I hope we'll do that. We'll reach there. I think we are getting a lot of information how the climatic conditions and about the living beings, and we got a lot of information doing a lot of tests. We are going to reach there soon with the technology that we have. I'm thinking we are going to reach that.
What got you interested into space? What makes you interested in this subject?
See, we have explored everything on this planet. I mean, most of as a human beings, we every year we are finding different species, thousands of new species. We are finding with this internet. If you see YouTube or if you see any uh, video platforms or audio platform, we are exploring. We are very curious beings actually. We want to know what are there in other places. So we also explored Antarctica, where there is no species, like there is no human beings. So I think we have, with the technology that we are doing a lot of research on the planet, and people who are curious about what is happening above the planet, what is happening outside the planet, is like people like you and people like me who wants to know what is beyond. Is there any species? Is there aliens, or is there any thing that we are unable to communicate with the technology that we have? We are trying as a technologist. Even I want to know we are able to communicate with the language that we have, or the the instruments that we have, or the energy that we have. I want to know what is beyond. This is, as a human being, my age is 29. So in next 30 years, if I can able to tell something, what is happening outside the planet to the world, or what maybe someday we need some alternate place where we can save ourselves, where we can put ourselves. So we definitely need some other alternate place where we can create colonies, and create food, or create the basic survival things. It's very important. It's a futuristic thought.
Yeah, I know a lot of people talk about needing to have Earth 2.0 or some backup plan. And, the challenge with that I see is that if you look at all the other places in the solar system, they are so much worse than Earth. Like, we would have to mess up Earth. Like, I don't think we could even mess up Earth to the extent that those places would be better than the Earth. And so I know that talking about a backup Earth to a lot of people sounds like giving up on the Earth. So they're like, we don't need a backup Earth. We just need to take care of the Earth that we have. So I tend to think of the benefits of space exploration and creating these colonies more from the realm of the expanding the human story, and the next great adventure, and we need the Earth plus something, not something instead of the Earth. And I was wondering what your thoughts were on that.
You are right. You know, uh, like you said, solar system have different planets and different nature. You know, for example, we before, like if we go past, like we don't know the countries. We found there are different countries on this planet, and we can travel. And we started creating the machines with which we can travel from one country to other country. And if you see, different countries have different climatic conditions, and we human beings are adaptable. Like we can adopt, we can find a way with which we can live anywhere. Like we did it, we proved it that we can do it. And also in the same way, maybe if we go to Mars or if we go to moon, we need certain things that with which we can save our skin, mind, and the human body. We need some other things, but definitely we can create. We are exploring it, we are doing it from years, and we got a lot of information. And very few days, I mean very few years, we are going to do it. And we did a lot of things. That is the proof. Even when we are doing that exploration, people, not many people believe that this is going to happen, but we did it. We made it possible. And also uh, going to moon, going to Mars is going to be it is going to be it is going to happen for sure. And the more time that we spend on making ways to happen this, and what are the things that require, we have to understand first. We have to understand how to be there. But we can do it. We can we already collected so much information about moon. We have so much information, but still don't know when we are going to be there. But definitely we are going to do it, because we are curious beings.
Well, talking about the moon, did you know that NASA is planning to send astronauts back to the moon for the first time since 1972?
Yeah, I heard about it.
What do you think about it?
Yeah, that is great. That is what I'm saying. That is what me as a human being wanted NASA to do.
What do you hope we get out of it? Because some people are like, why are we spending all this money to send a few astronauts to the moon when you have, this problem or that problem?
Maybe we'll get some energies that we cannot find on this planet, like petroleum products. We are using it to for the machinery things. We are making things easier with that products. I heard, or I have studied somewhere that if we can able to find or get energies from the asteroids, if we use it, scientists are thinking, believing that there is huge amount of energy in the asteroids. If we can get it, we can use it as a fuel, or if we can use it for the better lives that we have today. So who knows? Everything before doing it looks like why we are wasting money, why we are wasting, before exploring everything, uh, before going into the water, why you're going into the ocean, why you want to find the animals, water animals, what is the use of it? We started being curious. We went, and we found lot of animals. We found lot of things. We understood that there are things that are useful for us to make things possible, and we have to do it continuously, and it's important. And I really appreciate NASA to continue doing the space exploration and be inspiration for the planet.
Now, of course, NASA is not the only entity that's interested in going back to the moon. We were talking before we started recording about SpaceX, which actually is going to be part of the NASA program to take the astronauts from the orbit of the moon down to the surface and back. But separate from that, SpaceX is also working with a Japanese billionaire to send a group of artists around the moon called Dear Moon. I was wondering if you had heard about this.
Yeah, before talking about it, if you understand, SpaceX is one of the world's first private space company. So nobody believed him when he want to create rockets. He went to Russia. He asked Russia to give and they said so much money, you have to pay, you can't pay this. Then he decided to, he himself became scientist, and he created it. And before he creating that rocket, every we NASA used to send the rockets to the to the space, and we are not using it, reusing it. So he proved it, and the entire world appreciated. Recently, if you see, Jeff Bezos used it. He went taking a team to the space to, and he, this is what he did it. Elon Musk did it, and now going to the moon, he collaborated. Now SpaceX and NASA is working together, and also American government, encouraging Elon Musk, like people who wants to explore the space, who wants to go, who wants to see what is there in the moon. We are definitely, like you said, Japanese. So that is very good. If more countries put time and energy together to do this is very important. Some part of the world, or some part of this billions of people need to work on this, because we are not going to give anything to the next generation. This is the information, or this is the way that we are going to tell to the next 100 years or next 200 years. This information will help them in living. And we have to, as a human beings, as a homo sapiens, as a species, that we got life here, so we have to tell with the information that we got from past years, like hundreds of years we are living together. We are having with that information only we are able to talk now on Zoom, trying to create new technologies with that information. So if we don't do this, the after 100 years they have to start from one. If we start from one, and if we end at 100, they will start from 101. They will start exploring the space from 101, and it's very important. It's mandatory for us to, at least some people or some organization like SpaceX, NASA, even if other countries also put some of the energy. You don't need to put complete the country's finances to put in this, but it is very, very important.
Now, when I started this project, NASA is planning to have people on the moon by the end of 2024. And that's officially been delayed to 2025. And some people are thinking that maybe it actually take longer than that. Also, when I started this project, China was talking about having people on the moon in 2035. But just about a couple of months ago, they said they think they could do it 8 years earlier to 2027. And so it's very possible that we might see China back on the moon before we see the US make it to the moon. And I was wondering what you think about this. Does it matter?
It's amazing that even China is participating in this exploration. And also I saw the interview of Alibaba head and Elon Musk recently. When Elon was asked a question, why you want to go to moon? So Elon said, human need to be multi-planetary species. So he gave very good explanation for it, and it is completely convincing. So that China man, like Alibaba head, said that, no, I'm interested in people who are here in the planet. I want to work for these people. I feel this is the moon. This is where I want to do service. So he said, yeah, it's great that you're doing. So China, not only China, like every country had to contribute. It's important for every country to contribute in this exploration, because, for example, if you see COVID, it was not there before, but it shake the world. So we become one. Every country, like we are fighting for it. All scientists from different parts of the world came together to find the medicine to we become together. We came together and we proved that we all are human beings. So someday it becomes mandatory for us to have a place where we can be safe and where we can survive. So people like Elon Musk, NASA are, they are thinking about the future. They are the reason why lot of things that we are able to know what happens tomorrow. So we have to be very thankful for the projects that they are doing. You know it is completely fine, even if they are putting energies on it. But and also, like you said, China, they are going before 8 years, they have to go before 4 years. Like if they trying to fight, if they try to find the ways to go very faster, using the better scientists, the better people who study well, who come with great thoughts, who can guess, who can understand things, that will be great. Everybody should participate and we will go for sure. But NASA is there from years. NASA knows a lot. And I'm grateful that they are doing it.
So, I think, if Elon is able to get the Starship working like he wants, where you could reuse the same Starship multiple times per day, and he's building, hundreds of Starships, and they're able to be used for point-to-point travel here on Earth, trips to orbit, trips to the moon, trips to Mars. Uh, it's a very real possibility that everyday people will be able to take a trip to space. And if that happens and it becomes safe and affordable, do you see yourself taking a trip to space?
Why not? It is a very big opportunity for any human being. Everybody wants to travel to other countries, wants to see to place, different places in the world. So if you are getting an opportunity to go somewhere that nobody went, and if you want to be the reason for the history, and you are being brave, you are very brave, and you're telling the world that you are being an inspiration going there. It's not only you experiencing that kind of a thing in your life, you are also telling the world that we can do and you can do. And lot of already astronauts proved it. Already they are doing it, this brave thing. They are being inspiration for a lot of people. Lot of their motivation is making different professions, people to make things possible. And this is the toughest thing that any this is the toughest thing. And this is something that we are going into dark. Nobody knows what space is, and we are finding it. We are trying to know what is there. So it's very, very top level thinking of human being. And great people are doing it. And I will definitely go. If they ask me to come right now, I'm ready. I will tell my parents that I want to go into the space, and I want to explore. I want to tell information what is happening there. I want to tell what we can do with the the environmental conditions, understanding what we can create. For example, if you see Starlink, the internet service provider that Elon Musk created through satellite, Ukraine went into trouble. And Ukraine had asked Elon to give internet service. If Elon's uh, you know service was not there before, the total internet connection was not was damaged. And if there was no internet connection through the satellite, how can Ukraine people can send information to outside world? So Elon, when Elon tweeted that now Ukraine can use our services, then the entire world appreciated him for taking step forward. So his thought, everybody, when he's thinking that you have to put satellite and you have to give internet service to even to the forest, deserts, you can access internet, you can send any information. Nobody appreciated or encouraged it. But this times will come in future for sure. For in human, today they will say why you're doing it. And after a situation, when situation comes, then people will say how did you do that? And this is happening from years. People always say no, and experts, future thinkers will do what is good for the humanity.
Yeah, definitely. And Elon Musk is talking about building a 1 million-person city on Mars by 2050. And whenever you think about traveling in space, how far would you consider going? Just to orbit, to the moon, or would you see yourself maybe immigrating to such a city on Mars?
See, I want to be the first person if it is possible. If it gives me an opportunity, I want to be the first person, because exploring things that already people who already explored on this planet is not new. You have to do something that nobody did. And if I get that opportunity to be the to go as far as possible, as far from the planet, from the earth, I want to go to this distance, and how much we can go, we, we will do that. And let the time take the decision. But definitely, if that is an option, I will not go backward.
But if you couldn't be the first person, would you be willing to be the millionth person?
So million comes after one.
That's true. um, so whenever you look into the future and you think about humanity, what does it look like to you several hundred years from now? How do you think it'll be different?
So I'm seeing what happened before 50 years or 80 years. How was the world, and how we used to make things? What was the technology? And today, we are saving so much time, mental, physical energy, mental, physical efforts, with whatever the creations that we have today. So, lot of technologies, AWS services, lot of AI, augmented reality, lot of technologies. People are working on a lot of technologies, with which we don't need to spend much time. Automation. So after 100 years or 200 years, how the world is going to be means, I hope you heard about metaverse. So that is, yesterday I took an interview of the person who is working in Microsoft metaverse. He said a lot of things. That is also a future thought, experiencing the virtual world better. So more than this, more than metaverse, people, great experts like Mark Zuckerberg, Microsoft, and other companies are putting time on it. So this is something that is after 100 or 200 years, how we are going to be means, we are already saving a lot of time with the technology that we have. So with that saved energy, with that saved time, we can explore more. When you save a lifetime of yours with automation, the more automate the more machines, or the more softwares, or more automatic things that you create, the more life is easier it is going to be. And when you do automation more on this in this world, instead of if you're making artificial intelligence to do your work, instead of just, you have to be healthy, you have to take the food, and you have to explore things. And if all we as a human being, we just uh, try to explore, the more people the more people come to exploration, space exploration, planet exploration, the more ideologies, the more perspectives we'll get, the more answers, the more we'll get a lot of answers for a lot of questions. When you discuss like this about lot of things, different people says different things. So why can't we think about what they are saying? Maybe they know, maybe their experience might give you a logic with which you can go to the moon faster, or find the better life there. So we have to do it. And after 100 years, you said, means definitely human is going to human is going to make everything do by machines or something. Some automated things will come. And like we see in a lot of fantasy movies, I feel that everything is going to be done by the machines and the softwares. We the proof is today how we are able to connect and talk like this. You are in different country, western part of the world, I'm talking from the east part of the world. We are able to connect and communicate and exchange words and information. Maybe we'll do this, you sitting in Mars or me sitting in Mars. We'll talk like this and we'll take the interview and we'll show the world. Nothing is impossible.
That's only if it's impossible in your mind. Henry Ford, the person that created the Ford Motor Company, he said, whether or not you think you can or you can't, you're right. And his point was that whether or not you believe you can do it is the first factor in figuring out if you can. If you think something's impossible, you don't give it the effort and you don't actually make it happen. But if you think it's possible, you don't take no as an answer. You keep trying, you find a way. So.
But exploration takes a lot of time, lot of you need to collect a lot of information. You have to talk with a lot of experts in order to understand how things work. So uh, you have to make other things automate, like other machines or other people should work for you, or in order to save your time, the lifetime, because you have very less time to live on this planet. Like uh, for exploring, uh, trying to find new. What is new is something that you are hearing or seeing for the first time. So trying to find new, just try to people who are curious, people who wants to hear and see new every time. When they wake up in the morning every day, they want to hear new. They want to see new. Those kind of people will give lot of answers to the question, to the unanswered questions. And that is why the reason, because of those great people, we are able to see so many creations today. And of course, one day, you know Elon Musk or NASA, these companies, these great companies will give lot of answers for lot of unanswered questions, or unexplored places and unexplored things in the space and in the moon.
It's going to be an interesting time ahead of us, for sure. Lots of adventure, lots of excitement, lots of things to consider. I think, let's assume that Elon is able, or somebody is able to build a city on Mars. And let's also assume, you're the first person, or you decided that maybe being 10th or the 100th or the millionth is still okay. And either you went to Mars or one of your descendants went to Mars. And now, several decades, several hundred years from now, your great, 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 great granddaughter is on Mars, lived on Mars her entire life. And now she's in high school. And like high schoolers do in other parts of the world today, is in history class. And she's doing a project on the 2020s, just like we might do a project on the early 1900s or early 1800s today. And she comes across this video that her great, 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 great grandfather did. What are some things that you think she should include in that paper?
So first thing I'll tell, I want her to him to see my YouTube channel, where I explore a lot of minds of human beings who are from different parts of the world. I want her to see the perspectives, how we used to think and what we want to do, and what different thinking people from different parts of the world, and how Sai can able to connect with hundreds of people, how this was possible at the time of 2022. And about uh, about the present situation, if they are watching this, if they are listening to this, so we did lot of things that that was said as impossible, and you are being there and listening to us because of what we did today here. So you have to you have to carry this emotion, carry this take this as inspiration and motivation, and the same applies for you. If after your great granddaughters comes to if they are listening to you in a particular interview like us, so you have to explore space to the extent that we didn't do that, because you already far away from us. You went hundreds, maybe thousands of years uh, beyond us. So I believe you people started exploring more. So if you find the if you find the reason of this creation, reason of this universe, or if you tell the secret of the creation, or how the species, how the species came to on this planet, if you tell the, we are believing Big Bang theory. We have a lot of theories with which we are thinking that we have been created. A lot of creatures which are there on this planet Earth are, we have a lot of theories that are saying that, but scientifically, we have to prove it. We have to show that, and I hope you people will do something that we didn't do.
That is a very good point, that her great great granddaughter might be in a completely different part of the universe than we could consider, maybe around a different star. It's really kind of amazing to think about. Well, Sai, I know we talked about a lot of things. I was wondering, though, if there was something that you wanted to talk about that we didn't get to, or if you had some questions for me.
So what exactly you're doing?
So I started this project in December of 2019. There was a lot of excitement about us making it to the moon in 2024. And I had been working at home for 2 years before that. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to have a project like this to force me to get out of the house and talk to people? And so that was my plan. And so all the interviews that I was going to do, I was planning to do in person with people at like the coffee shop, at the store, on the streets. But then COVID happened, and under normal circumstances, going up to random people asking them about going to the moon is questionable. But with COVID, it became impossible. So I started doing them online. But my plan is to interview a person a day to the end of 2024 to sort of get different perspectives on the future of humanity. And my hope is that generations that aren't even born yet will find some value out of looking back at these interviews.
So I hope your project will give a lot of answers to the world, to the humanity, and also to the next, after 100 years, or if this video is saved in any data center safely without any natural disaster happening, if this is saved, or if your words, or if my words, or if your interviews, uh, the valuable conversation that you're having, the perspectives that you're collecting and trying to ask questions and getting answers, it is something that unusual, that not many people do that. That is, I can see you have so much passion on this, because it is not a small project that you're doing. This project is going to give lot of answers to the future scientists, and you have to continue doing it. And I'm doing similar thing by doing my full-time job. But if I get a opportunity to do like you, like completely, that sit on this and give information, I want to say something. Lot of people who are already on this planet for 50, 60 years or 70 years, I interviewed them. I had conversations with them. I hope you also had conversations with very elder people, when you ask them what you want to do next, what is your next plan, what you want to do, so they will say that world have changed. They'll say what they experience in their life, but they have a lot of dissatisfactions, like I didn't do anything, I didn't contribute anything bigger to the planet. Like I have to, my presence, I'm not just here, there is a purpose for me. So there is a purpose for me to live and uh, to be alive. So I'm not just here to eat food and sleep and just complete the day. The message or the information or the exploration that I'm doing, or if I'm asking questions, is very very good quality, because you will get a lot of answers, you will get a lot of perspectives. When you see those many perspectives, when you put it in a book or in the video format, and if you give that to the experts, they will find, they will, you will give a lot of stuff to them with which they can create some object or create some, like you said, if human is going to moon and creating their colonies, they will create some rules with the perspectives that you collected. They will put some rules and regulations, you have to do this, you have to do that. So it's a very big thing, and you're spending time on it is, very few people have this, but superb idea. It's a fantastic idea, and you will reach, like you are doing something that very old people didn't do. You're, I'm sure when you go out from this planet, you will feel like I did something great, and I did something great to the humanity. And um, I hope my information, because nothing will be with us, any material things will not be with us. Even our own body will not be with us. The only we are giving to the next generation, the only thing is information, with which they can create something, or they can invent something new. That is what we did from the previous generations before 100 years, 200, 300, 500 years. With the information that we are getting, we are built at so many buildings, constructions, works. So with their creativity, taking out the logics from them, today we are able to do it. So this information is extremely valuable. I feel this is something that with which they can you know uh, they may not get this information anywhere. So I hope you will do more, and you will collect more perspectives, and ask more deeper questions, more find more great experts who are into the subject and who are very curious. Try to interview uh, all the age group people from all the parts of the world. So because even child can, 8 years old, 10 years old, people say something that even 70-year-old person cannot even think after living on this planet for a long time. So I observed it, and people who uh, like 70 years old people say that uh, you know 8 years or 9 years old people won't connect with this. So I also have some myth, or my elders used to say that when a human being becomes older and older, like 70, 80, 90, they will again become a child. They will become they will behave little behave like a child, like they become like they come back to the same stage. Don't know, new thoughts comes, and new ideas, new perspective, new way of looking at things. It is, your lifetime is not enough to collect all the perspectives on this planet, but as many as you do, the more information that people can get, and also they can create products, or they can create services that will help a large number of people. Yeah.
And it's kind of good that I've been forced to do them online, because now instead of being limited to the few places I travel, I now get to interview people in South India, in Egypt, in Chile, in Japan, in Australia, in New Zealand, in China, and really get more of a global perspective. And I think what you said is so important, that we need to make sure that at the end of our lives, we feel like that we actually did something that we value, that we think was worth it.
Yeah, because that is what our goal should be, and that is what we can give to the next generation, not other things. So this information will help a lot, and I wanted this information to be safe, and to reach the right people, so that they do something very very useful for the humanity. uh, and like you said, South America, Egypt, Europe. So if you like, you're trying to find random people, so I want you to find more completely, like, have you tried to go to the people, there are people like uncontactable tribe on this planet.
Oh, like people completely disconnected
Social
from the
world.
internet, from social media. Like
Yeah.
maybe like we have a group of people here in the U.S. called like Amish, and they don't have technology like electricity, and no telephones and no cell phones. It'd be very interesting to get their perspective. Or we also have some Native American tribes here, and then like people who live in monasteries. And I mean, that's a very awesome idea. I had not considered that.
Yeah, explore them. You will tell something new to the world. that
I
is uh, that is something that the diversity, you have to do that.
It would be interesting to see what their perspective is, how they relate to sort of this activity that some humans are doing. Um, yeah, and it'd be quite interesting. What would also be interesting is if some of them actually become some of the first settlers on Mars. I could see these groups feeling so, um, compressed, or so touched by the bigger society, that they might actually like to have some physical distance between themselves and the rest of humanity, that could be provided by being on Mars, that would be hard to replicate by being any place on Earth. It seems like every place on Earth you have the global culture sort of saturating and infiltrating your little space. But on Mars, you could literally have a big gap between you and the rest of humanity.
And also you have to interview people who are into ISS, International Space Station, and people who are in Antarctica, uh, where we have different countries have space stations. If you can able to find their contact, and if they are able to interview them, and if they what they saw. Just now before this interview, I was watching Discovery. People for doing adventure, like it was their project to be in Antarctica. I'm watching them. Like one person is crying, saying that I feel very hard to be here. Uh, I cannot walk. Like they are wearing so much thick clothes, so uncomfortable clothes, so weight. It's so weight, and their project is to be there. I was watching it. So Antarctica is also one of the untouchable places that a lot of countries have restrictions, and they came to a conclusion, like 40 plus countries decided to not to put anything there, not to spoil the naturality. Like nobody should put a seed, or should put a cloth, or some paper. It should be clean, and it should be like how it is. So lot scientists already started doing research there and trying to find how, try, and they are thinking that maybe we are able to find the, how the creature has been created on this planet. So they're doing the research because maybe something that they can get, because that is something that human didn't touch, human didn't went. That is the thing that nobody explored, and only limited people have access with strong restrictions there. They have to they have different climatic conditions there in different seasons in a year. And you have to do ISS. I also tried. People, astronauts, are preparing for to for to go into space, or who are studying space study. I want to interview these people because I want to know what their mindset is, and what they want to do and what they want to do for the earth. So how they are going to help the world or humanity or other creatures. So they are risk takers. And like you said in the beginning, like if I get a chance, nobody will give me chance, but if they give me chance, I will definitely jump. I'm a sportsman, I'm a professional sportsman. I'm also a leader of of my university cricket team. Cricket is a big game in India. So I played for state and national level tournaments. So I'm very risk taking, and I want to do something that nobody did. So, and you're doing that, and a lot of people, space explorers, or people who are living in ISS, doing it. So if you interview them, that is going to give you a lot of value. It will add more value to your stuff that you are already doing. So if you can able to bring that, we also be very happy to watch what you're doing. So what questions that you're going to ask, and what answers that you're going to tell to the world. So it is going to be valuable, and it is going to be uh, you know uh, inspirational. Yeah.
I think the interviews with the people in ISS and the people in Antarctica, I definitely like to do those in person.
Yeah, you should. I'm eagerly waiting for it if you do that.
Well, Sai, before we close up, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
So I think I said a lot already. What human is doing, what human should do, and I'm being some part of it. Like what you are doing for the humanity, for the next 100 years, or next 50 years, or when they see your stuff, you want to contribute something. For from me, what the people who are watching, your viewers, your followers, who are listening to our conversation. So keep doing, keep exploring. It can be anything, and it should be useful for as many people as possible. If you are able to find solution, you can be in any profession. It can be any profession. If you are able to find answers for questions, and save human mental, physical effort. And because humans are the curious species, humans are intelligent species. So we got this opportunity to live here. So uh, not many people will do this kind of explorations. But you know but at some point of time, you will feel regret that you didn't do nothing in your life. So your contribution is very important to the planet. So your contribution is very important to the humanity as well as other creatures. Your information, you may be interested in something that nobody is interested, but you have to put more time, even at least 2 hours, 4 hours in a day, in order to do it. So if you do it, if you can get some information, and if you can give to the world, and if that is acceptable by a lot of countries or a lot of people in the world, so you will be the reason for the betterment of the planet, and also betterment of the people who lives on the Mars or the moon. maybe after thousands of years, they will, I feel that you have purpose to live here. So there is a strong purpose that nature created you. So don't misuse this. Use it and give something to the, to the next, next. I don't know what name I should call people who lives after thousands of years. I don't know. So them, if you want to give something, so do it. So, and also I want to mention, I have a doubt. If you uh, interview ISS or astronauts or anybody, so ask them that one question, because there's the people who lives in, like, who worked in Antarctica, you just ask them. So there is a question that if Antarctica starts melting, the entire land goes down, and entire it, we can't see land. It will, all the humanity, all the creatures will be destroyed. So there is some people say that. So for example, this interview will be saved in you, and it will be saved in any data center or any storage device. So you asked in the beginning that is it important for us to have, for go to the moon and put lot of money, because NASA is putting money, and SpaceX and Russian space company, China joined. So they're putting money. Is it important? So I won't say it is important or it is not important. I will just give an observation. If this video, if we are unable to give to the people who are living, who are uh, after 100 or 1,000 years, if we are unable to give it, they will start from one again. So I don't think that is the right thing. That is the right thing, that as a, beings that we are here, we should do that. I feel that. So what if the natural disasters destroy all the data centers and all the storage devices, all the videos, audios, text, so everything on this planet? We need to have a place where we can save this. So Elon Musk is right, NASA is right. They are creating colonies there, and they can save there. And the information, if you, and also I didn't, you asked me, you want to say something. We I hope you know this. We sent message uh, through I through some device or some machine, and it went far away from the planet, from the earth. It is millions of kilometers away from the earth. So we are telling that we are living here, we are sending a message. And also the devices that we have, the technology that we have here, it is trying to, trying to uh, find what is happening in the space, what are the changes, is there another species or another creatures that are sending some message, or that are wants to tell something. Don't know. So we already sent messages to millions of miles. It went millions of miles, and it is going, it is traveling. And we have that technology today to go above the planet, and go beyond the solar system. And now as a human beings, we found, I think, 1 or 2% of the universe. The space is very large. That is what we understood. It is very, very big. Solar system is very small in that. Earth is not very small, and in Earth, you and me are, we don't even know whether we are alive. So we are very small species, but we are going. We are just 6 foot, 6 feet or 8 feet, but our mind has limitless. It don't have limit. It is going out of the planet. So think how much intelligence that we have. We are able to send something out of the solar system. So people, the great people, if we didn't started it, we would not know that we can able to do that. So the more we do, the more explorations we do, like I said, I also mentioned, we are trying to get energy from the asteroids. Maybe that is gold, maybe that is petroleum products, or maybe some energy with which we can travel to more kilometers, miles to the space. Yeah, different perspectives gives different ideas, and don't know which idea works. So this is what I want to say. It is big. I took more time, but I hope I made sense.
No, I got several points from that, and I agree with all the ones that I understood. So I think that was very good. Well, Sai, thank you so much. I know it's late there. We're just getting at the beginning of our day here, and I hope the rest of your day goes well. And thank you again so much for meeting with me.
Thank you for having me. Keep going, keep doing what you love, and make the world, make the planet the better place.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.